Hello children, I hope you understood the last day's topic of reproductive health of chapter 4. Today the three parts were left, the subtopics that I am going to describe about first the STD, sexually transmitted diseases, then come ART, assisted reproductive technologies, and MTP, that is medical termination of pregnancy. So have a look and try to understand the topics that I described. So children, today I am going to discuss about the last part of the chapter 4 reproductive health. Now in this last part we have three topics. So rather subtopics. The first subtopic is medical termination of pregnancy, which is also known as MTP in short. Second is STD, that is sexually transmitted diseases, or STI, that is sexually transmitted infections. And the last one is infertility. Now the first topic is MTP. Now MTP, what does it mean? Now the definition of MTP is involuntary or intentionally, if a person terminate her pregnancy, that means MTP. Means a lady want to terminate her pregnancy due to some health reasons, voluntarily or intentionally, that is called MTP. Now why does a person goes for MTP or choose MTP? The reasons are as follows. First, it may be due to the failure of contraception. A person who may not be willing to conceive may have a failure of contraception. For that reason, the person may undergo MTP. It may be, suppose the female is herself having a severe health issues, so maybe it is harmful for her or for the fetus or for the both. In that cases MTP can be done. And third is due to rape cases, sometime the MTP is also done. So what is the time period? When is MTP safe? So it is safe up to 12 weeks of pregnancy. After that, the fetus start growing in size and the different organ systems of the body of the fetus start growing. So it becomes very difficult for a person to undergo MTP, and it is also very risky for the person after 12 weeks of pregnancy. Now this MTP is legal in India, and it has been made legal in India in 1971. Now it was made legal by the Constitution of India by passing many bills, and here is just information for you. Mr. Shantilal Shah, he was a Maharashtrian, so he was the person who first placed a bill in the parliament for making MTP legal in India. But still today in many parts of the world, in various countries like Northern Ireland, Norway, many countries, Roman Catholic countries, they still think MTP to be unethical and unhuman. So in those countries MTP is banned by law. Even in India, some of the people, they misuse the MTP, and for that many times it happened that Indian government also thought of making MTP illegal or banning it, but it is still helpful for various persons for this above said conditions. So I hope you understood about MTP. The next topic is about STD. So STD. Now the next topic is STD, which can be also known as STI, sexually transmitted disease or sexually transmitted infections. Now this type of diseases are spread through sexual intercourse. That's why they are called sexually transmitted disease. So these type of diseases are actually transmitted through body fluid. Okay. Now these diseases may be also known as venereal diseases or reproductive tract infections, or RTI. Now there are various type of RTIs or STDs, which may be bacterial or viral, or maybe it is due to parasitic infections. Now gonorrhea, chlamydiasis and syphilis, these are bacterial STDs. HIV/AIDS, genital herpes, genital warts, these are viral STDs. Even hepatitis B, which is also a viral STD. And trichomoniasis, it is a parasitic STD. Now what are the early symptoms of STD? Let's have a look for the early symptoms. Now in case of a person suffering from STD, the early symptoms are itching. Okay, itching in the reproductive organ, genital organs. It may be the itching, slight itching, fluid discharge, maybe slight pain in the reproductive organs or genital organs, swelling may be there. So if a person is feeling all these problems or facing this problem, he or she may go to the doctor for early checkup. So in case of a person who is not feeling the symptoms or not neglecting the symptoms, the person may go for a doctor. If it does not happen, the person may have complications. Now the complications may lead to pelvic inflammatory diseases, which is also known as PID. Maybe it happens that if a person is already pregnant and the complications enhances. So there may be a chance of abortion or stillbirth or ectopic pregnancies. Now what is ectopic pregnancy? Ectopic pregnancy means when a female, when the fertilization process takes place apart from the fallopian tube. This is called ectopic pregnancy. It may be infertility or even cancer of the reproductive tract. So these are the complications in severe cases. Now see, transmission of hepatitis B and HIV/AIDS. HIV/AIDS and hepatitis B are lethal, you know. There's very dangerous sexually transmitted diseases. Now what are the reasons how these diseases occur in human being, or it is transferred from one person to another? It may be due to sharing of injection needles. Means you know that drug users often they share the same injection needles for injecting drugs. It may be due to that cause, or maybe the blood transfusion from an infected person to a normal healthy person. It may be from infected mother's placenta to the fetus. So these may be few causes of the transmission of STD like hepatitis B and HIV/AIDS. Now how can a person prevent? You know, prevention is better than cure. So prevention is very important to avoid STDs. Now for that there are few points. The first point is to avoid sex with unknown partners or to avoid multiple sex partners. Second is always use a condom during coitus. And third is you contact a doctor in the early stages of the STD. So these are the various steps to prevent yourself from STD. Okay, next topic, the subtopic is infertility. So we will be studying here about infertility. Now what does infertility mean? Infertility means the inability to produce children in spite of unprotected sexual cohabitation. So when a couple is having unprotected sexual cohabitation, in spite of that, if the couple are not having any children or they cannot conceive, the lady cannot conceive, in that case, that lead to infertility. Now there may be various reasons of infertility. What may be the reason? The reason may be physical reason, physical health of the mother or both of the partners. It may be due to congenital diseases like STDs or something else, or it may be congenital disease like some thalassemia or sickle cell anemia or any type of congenital diseases. Maybe due to STDs or maybe drug abuse, due to immunological problems or even due to psychological problems. So there may be multiple reasons of infertility. Now maybe it may be even an alcoholic person may also have a lower sperm count, that may also lead to infertility. Now there are specialized healthcare units. Okay, so these healthcare units, they assist people, they help people to cope up with this type of problem of infertility, and these clinics are known as infertility clinics. Now they give proper diagnosis, they correct the problem, they treat the person, and even they can help the people of having children. Now the infertile couples, they are assisted to have children through various techniques. Now these collective techniques are together known as ART, that is assisted reproductive technologies or ART. Okay, now ART may be described as given below on the board, you can see. Now ART may be due to of various types. First maybe it is test tube baby program. You have heard it from class 8 onwards about test tube baby in vitro fertilization. Next come GIFT, gamete intrafallopian transfer. Next is ICSI, intracytoplasmic sperm injection, and third is artificial insemination, fourth. So these are the four infertility fertility techniques. Okay. So we are going to discuss about the various art or various assisted reproductive technologies. The first technology, that is test tube baby program. Now what exactly happened in this program? That is, in this method, ova is collected. It may be collected from the wife of the couple, or maybe suppose the wife cannot ovulate or there is a problem in her physical health, or there may be problematic ovary or the ova count is less. So in that cases, donor female can also be used. So either wife or the donor female will donate the ova, and the sperm can be also collected in the same way from the husband or from the donor. So this sperm and the ova, the gametes, are collected and induced to form the zygote under simulated condition, means in under laboratory condition, under favorable condition in the laboratory. So this process is known as in vitro or IVF. So test tube baby program is under IVF program. Next comes, see, in this IVF program, the zygote or the very early embryo which is formed up to 8 blastomere stage, this may be transferred into the fallopian tube. Okay. Now it may be under the, in this process, this 8 blastomere stage is entered in the fallopian tube of the female. Okay. So if it is means taken in the 8 blastomere stage, then it is called GIFT. That is zygote intrafallopian transfer. So why we are calling it ZIFT? Because the zygote is inserted in the fallopian tube in the 8 blastomere stage. Okay. But in case when it is taken more than 8 blastomere stage, then it is called IUT. Why IUT? Because here the blastomere is more than 8 cell stage, and it is inserted not in the fallopian tube but in the uterus. So that's why it is called IUT or intrauterine transfer. So it is transferred in the uterus. So it is intrauterine transfer. Understood? So GIFT and IUT. These are the two stages. Now suppose a female who cannot conceive. Suppose the embryo formed by fusion of gamete in another female. So this female cannot conceive at all. Maybe there is a blockage in the uterus or any other problem. In that cases, the in vitro is done to another, that is through surrogate mother it can be also done. Okay. Next come GIFT. So test tube baby program, I hope you are clear with it. Next come GIFT. Now here what is happened? It is transferred, the ovum is collected from the donor. Okay. And this ovum is collected and it is transferred to the fallopian tube of another woman. Suppose the woman cannot produce her own ova. So here the ova is donated by somebody as a gift. So the lady is getting the ova as a gift from the other lady, and this ovum which is donated by somebody is inserted in the fallopian tube of the receiver woman. Okay, the receiver who cannot produce one ova. So this is also done in the suitable environmental condition, okay, for fertilization and for the further development of the embryo. So this is about GIFT. Next come ICSI, that is intracytoplasmic sperm injection. So in this case, the embryo which is formed in the laboratory is directly injected. Okay, means in the laboratory, the sperm and the ova, they are directly injected. So here the sperm is directly taken into injection and injected inside the ovum in the laboratory, and then it is done to GIFT or IUT. So intracytoplasmic sperm transfer, in this process, the sperm is injected into the ova by the injection in the laboratory, and thereafter it can be followed by another procedure. And last is AI, that is artificial insemination. So in this method, semen is collected from the donor or from the husband. The semen should be healthy and it is inserted into the vagina or in the uterus. So that is IUI, that is intrauterine insemination. So this technique is used in case where the male is unable to inseminate sperms, okay, or maybe having lower sperm count. So these are various ARTs. Hello children, I hope you understood what I have explained in the last part of the chapter 4. if you want to gain some extra knowledge, then you can refer to your other reference books. But whatever I have described is thoroughly from the NCERT book. So go through your NCERT book line by line for your board examination. Hope for all the best.